appreciate you. Honk, honk! I just like saying that when I'm not in my truck doing it. Glad to be here. Thank you to Joel for setting this up. You know, he called himself a California snowflake earlier, and I have to laugh because the night I met this guy, he was wearing this crazy looking coat, right? And it was like super cold in New Mexico, and that's what he is in my phone, Joel Crazy Coat, because that's how I remember who it is. The thing is I didn't realize that he would be a guy that would put something like this together. I never expected us to be back in California, but here we are, and that's that really has been what has turned into the goal of this convoy. You know, we left with a different mission in mind when we left California, but it's really become about seeing people and getting people to come together and stand up. It's kind of a side effect of what we started with, I suppose you could say. And it's been incredible to see so many people the whole way across the country and the whole way back, seeing so many people in our own state start to stand up. And that's really what's super important, is to get people to come together in their states, in their hometowns. It starts at home, and it filters out to here. These people in these buildings here are nothing but puppets on a string for our federal government and the big money of the world. They don't care about you, they don't care about me, they don't care about our kids, right? All they care about is how much money they're going to make at the end of the day. Unfortunately, we as a society have been complacent, we've been quiet, and we've lived our lives because we like our freedoms and we like to do what we want to do. My favorite saying is, I do what I want, when I want, and how I want, and that's really what this country's about. However, when they take a little at a time, we don't realize it because we're still free. You can still go out and go to the park or go to the grocery store or ride your motorcycle or do whatever you want to do. But what you don't see, everyone says, oh, what freedoms have they taken? Well, gee, I don't know. Like, I was asked to keep working while I drove a truck at the beginning of this pandemic, if that's what you want to call it, and I couldn't find anything to eat anywhere, but I'm supposed to keep going, right? I couldn't use a bathroom at places we'd pick up or deliver because God forbid we have germs, but hey, go take a dump behind your truck in the parking lot and not have a way to wash your hands. We don't care. It's stupid. It's completely stupid. Just like the people in this building, they're stupid. And they're afraid. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Apparently, they're not going to let people in the building over there, wow, they vote on some of these bills here today anymore. Yeah, pretty sure that's illegal because it's supposed to be open to the public, but since they're scared, they don't want you there because guess what? They're not used to having anybody there. They're used to getting their way. They're used to having their people there that are going to vote the way they want to vote. And they're not used to outside influence. What they forget is that, my buddy Brian loves to say that they work for us. And I'm pretty sure, even though I've been self-employed since I was a young age, every other job I ever had, when the boss walked in that you worked for, you couldn't tell him to get out. So I'm going to tell all of you that are here from California, I'm not from California, I'm from Pennsylvania. Doesn't make a difference, but I'm going to tell all of you that live here, if they don't allow people in those rooms over there while they're voting, you need to stand up and you need to go in here and tell these people that they no longer work for you and that their vote is invalid and that that bill is invalid and it's gone and it can't come back because they did it illegally. This is the game they play. They've even changed times since yesterday, which is also illegal from what I understand, because they knew we were going to be here. Exactly. They're scared. There's no other excuse for it. They're scared and they know that they've been caught. Just like you heard Orrin say earlier, they've proved that nobody wants Gavin Newsom here because he's a nuisance. But he doesn't listen. What happens when you're at a job and you don't listen to your boss? You get fired, right? Exactly. But what it takes is everybody standing here and standing up. And I know you've heard that multiple times today, and I'm going to say it again because it needs to be instilled in everybody. This country is supposed to be a free country. We're supposed to have the ability to live the American dream. For me, that's owning my own truck. I drive where I want, haul what I want, go home when I want. Nobody should be able to tell me what to do with my business. However, anyone in trucking knows that we have a lot of regulations in trucking that, you know, Big Daddy likes to try and tell us what to do. The thing is there's people that come to this country because of our freedoms. They've come from a third world country. They've come from communism. I met one just yesterday from Belarus, been here for 10 years. That person is scared of what they're seeing in this country after being here because it's starting to remind them of where they came from. I have heard that from many different friends of mine. I have friends from all over, Poland, India, Germany, Russia, Ukraine, everywhere. And they all say the same thing. Either their parents or themselves, or their grandparents have immigrated here and they've left that type of life. And they don't like where this is going because they've lived it. They can see it, right? If you wanted to learn how to drive a truck, you wouldn't go ask a plumber how to drive a truck. No, you'd ask someone that's probably been driving a truck for a long time to teach you how to drive a truck. These people have that experience of living where this country's headed, and I realize it's difficult for some of us that have lived here our whole lives and our families, I say born and bred here. We don't see it because we're just used to being able to be free. We don't understand. We haven't seen that other side. But you need to keep that in mind and you need to open your eyes. And this will be a never-ending fight. Never-ending fight. I can promise you. I am happy to see everybody standing here, everybody on that side, everybody on the other side, and everybody that tried to get in the building today to see the hearings. But I want you to understand, it's not going to end. No matter if we defeat all of these mandates this week and next week that are being voted on, it doesn't end there. If it's taken away, it can be brought back. If it's voted no on, that's a different story. But just because they're taking them away doesn't mean that they're gone. That means you have to pay more attention and you have to be diligent and watch everything that is going on so we don't end up back where we're at here. We still have the opportunity to keep America the way it's supposed to be. But we can't do it without everybody joining in. And it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that most everyone, even if we'll just take the vaccine for example. I don't care if you take it or not. That's your personal choice. There's doctors, I'm a truck driver, there's doctors here to tell you whether or not it's safe or not, and then you should be able to make your choice. But it doesn't matter. Throughout this convoy, we've had people with us that voted for Joe Biden. We've had people with us that voted for Donald Trump. We've had people that were vaccinated. We've had people that weren't. But they believe in freedom. They believe in your choice. And every one of these bills that's being voted on out here right now is a direct violation of our Constitution. And our founding fathers didn't write that because they sat around and were bored one day. It's because they had the foresight to know what they came from, just like the immigrants that are here that are now Americans I just told you about. They had the foresight to know that it had the possibility to repeat itself, because history always repeats itself. It's up to us to change the outcome. I urge everybody to stand together, regardless of what you think is maybe the best way or not the best way, but to keep our freedoms, because that's what keeps this country great, is having that freedom of choice. We don't want to be mandated to take it. I'm pretty sure there ain't a single person, whether they're the most pro-vaccine person or pro-mandate person in the world, they are not going to care if that firefighter's vaccinated or not when they're sitting in a burning building. Ain't nobody going to ask them if they're vaccinated, and if they say no, they're going to say, no, just let me sit here and burn. Isn't going to happen. We have people that have dedicated their lives to saving ours. Firemen, policemen, EMTs, military. Yeah, if there's any of them left, you're right. They should not have what they've sacrificed go away protecting us. We the people are the ones that are, yes, they're out of a job if they don't want to take it, right? But we are the ones that, once again, our government is not protecting, because if we don't have enough of them, what's going to happen to those of us in a time of need of their services? We're left vulnerable once again in more ways than one. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, and we shouldn't stand for it, and we shouldn't have to stand for it. There's a lot of men and women that have died for that flag that we all love to say the Pledge of Allegiance to. And they died for us to have our freedoms, and they died for that Constitution. They took that oath to protect us from enemies, foreign and domestic. However, that domestic enemy right now happens to be their boss. In the Constitution, it says that we the people have not only the right but the duty to stop a tyrannical government. That's where we come in. Our military heroes can't help us on this one. But we're bigger than them, and we're bigger than the government, because we the people are stronger than everybody when we come together. And as you heard, when we leave Sacramento with the convoy, we're going to go meet our brothers and sisters in Canada. And thanks to them for getting this whole ball rolling. And if you think that these people in these buildings are afraid of the people coming together, wait till countries come together. I applaud all of you for being here. We've seen breakthroughs. You've heard about the mask mandate for travel come down. That's not because of a convoy. That's not because of this guy over here, that guy over there. That's because of everybody that is pushed back. And I'm just going to end with, it takes everybody. So everybody stand up and come together. Thank you for being here.